In this video, we're going to look at a video of Ethernet addressing. So in our topology, as you can see, is we have hosts H1, H2, H3, and H4. H1 has the source MAC address. MAC stands for Media Access Control. The source MAC address of all A's. So let's go ahead and start the animation. And we can see that host H1 has a Ethernet frame to send to host H3. So in the Ethernet frame, there is a destination MAC address. This is the destination MAC address of host H3. As you can see, it's all C's. The source MAC address is that of host A, all A's. So H1 sends that Ethernet frame to the switch. When the switch receives this Ethernet frame, in this case, it's going to forward the Ethernet frame out all ports except the incoming port. Later, we'll learn more about how Ethernet switches can actually filter the frames so that they only send the frame to the destination itself. We'll learn about that a little later. But as you can see, that all the devices on the network receive the Ethernet frame. H2 and H4, these two hosts, ignore the Ethernet frame. Why do they do that? They examine the destination MAC address, all C's, with their own MAC address. Actually, the Ethernet NIC card does this. Because it is not a match, the Ethernet NIC card will ignore the rest of the frame, ultimately just not receiving this message. H3, its Ethernet NIC card, when it receives this Ethernet frame, it compares the destination MAC address in the Ethernet frame to its own MAC address on its NIC card. Because it is a match, it goes ahead and receives the rest of the frame and the message gets processed.